Okay, so in this homework, we're going to start to review what we've learned so far, kind of recap everything. And let me just get those out of the way. Okay, so in the first problem, we're just reviewing what our trig definitions are. So we graph the point 12, -5. So that puts us here down in the fourth quadrant. So it's this angle theta in standard position, which goes counterclockwise. That's theta right there, and the terminal side is passing through that point, 12, -5. We're going to make our triangle perpendicular to the x-axis. X here is a positive displacement of 12, and y is a vertical displacement of -5. If we don't know what that missing side is, which we call r in this case, we can just do Pythagorean theorem and get 144 plus 25 is r squared. 169 equals r squared, and r is 13. And please remember that r is always positive, regardless of the triangle. Regardless. Our definitions, that's what we have to know. Sine theta is y over r, or -12 over 13. Cosine theta is x over r, or 12 over 13. And tangent theta is y over x, or -5 over 12. Paired up with sine is cosecant. Paired up with cosine is secant. And paired up with tangent is cotangent. All right, and then now down here, we're just going to evaluate our trig functions. What do? We draw the angle in standard position. This time we got that quadrantal angle pi, which finishes right over here. So when we have a quadrantal angle again, which is 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, 2 pi, or any multiple of those, there is no triangle for it. So the coordinates here are -1, 0. Tangent is the ratio of y to x. Y is 0, x is -1, and our answer is 0. In this one, it's an improper fraction, so 3 goes into 5 once, and 2 is left over. So I'm going to graph the angle 1 2/3 pi. This is 1 pi, and 2/3 more puts me there. If we're dividing by 3, my reference angle is pi over 3. And how you begin that always is you go with the side across from the angle. The side across from pi over 3 is your root 3. And when that happens, your hypotenuse is always 2, and your remaining side is 1. This is a negative y because it's in the fourth quadrant, and y is negative. But cosine is the ratio of x to r, and x is 1, and r is 2. In number 4, 3 pi over 4 puts you in this quadrant here. And this is 3 pi over 4. And if we're dividing by 4, my reference angle is pi over 4. Automatically, when it's pi over 4, it's 1, 1, and root 2 are my sides. But the x-axis is negative here, so it's a -1. Sine is the ratio of y to r. Y is 1, and r is root 2. And if we were to rationalize that, we would get root 2 over 2. Just times top and bottom by root 2. Down here in number 5, 5 pi over 6. Just make sure. Okay. Is in the second quadrant again. 5 is less than 6. So we're dividing by 6, so it's pi over 6. Again, start with the side across from the angle. Across from pi over 6 is 1. But the remaining sides are not 1, 1, root 2. It's 1, 2, and root 3 because it's not pi over 4. It's a negative x-axis. Cosine is the ratio of x to r, so it's negative root 3 over 2. The sine of 0 radians, it keeps us planted right here. Right here. There's 0 radians, and it's 0, 1 are the coordinates, so there's no triangle. Y is 0. R is always 1 when it's quadrantal, and the answer is 0. Simply put, when it's a quadrantal angle, sine will always be the y coordinate, and cosine will always be the x coordinate. So here is where I start, but negative pi is going to put me here, and the x-coordinate there is -1. And number 8, sine of pi over 2. Pi over 2 is going to keep me up here. The coordinates are 0, 1. And again, when it's a quadrantal angle, the sine value is just the y-coordinate, which is 1. 7 pi over 4, that's equivalent to 1 3/4 pi. This is 1 pi, and 3/4 more puts me there. If we're dividing by 4, then it's going to be pi over 4. And automatically the sides will be 1, -1, and root 2. And it's that pi over 4 reference triangle. It's always 1, 1, root 2. So then now, what's the tangent ratio? It's y to x. Y is -1, x is 1, and my answer is -1. Here, sometimes there are mistakes in graphing this angle. We start here. So this much is negative pi over 2. This much is negative pi. But this much is -3 pi over 2. And the coordinates over there, or up there, sorry, are 0, 1. Cotangent is the ratio of x to y. X is 0, y is 1, and my answer is 0. In number 11, very easy. If our function is this, and we want f at pi over 4, then we're just going to replace x with pi over 4. And 3 times pi over 4 is 3 pi over 4. Well, how do we do that? We graph 3/4 pi, and that puts us here. If we're dividing by 4, it's pi over 4. 1, -1, and root 2. Tangent is the ratio of y to x. Y is 1, x is -1, and my answer is -1. This is my function. I want f at pi, so f at pi equals the cosine of 3 pi. What's cosine of 3 pi? 1 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi. It's a quadrantal angle. It has to come from the coordinates. The cosine value, when it's quadrantal, is just the x-coordinate, which is -1. And if the tangent of x is 3 over 7, then what's the value of cotangent of x? Well, of course, it's the reciprocal, 7/3, because cotangent and tangent are reciprocals. Then over here, secant is 1 over cosine, the reciprocal functions. So function times its multiplicative inverse, of course, will just give you 1. You know, what's a times 1 over a? 1. Secant is equivalent to 1 over cosine. They're reciprocals. So when you multiply these divide out, and my answer is 1. Okay, and that concludes the solutions to that homework.